What's going on, guys? It's Derek with Raleigh Restorations. Today we're going to take you step by step, session by session, hour by hour on how we got results with ice cream on these shoes. I'm going to start and say this is the only method we recommend. There's no deviations. Don't use different bulbs. Don't use a different setup. Don't use a different product. Don't use different lights. This is the best way to get results like this. So if you're purchasing our product and you want to implement these methods, you need to go step by step and do everything we say in the video, as well as to use the lights and the products linked down below to get started here. In addition to that, I'm going to use the Rejuvenator, the Ultimate Kit, which does have their advanced sneaker cleaner, as well as the 3-brush kit, which is what I use to clean this before I use ice cream. Also, to detail those soles, we're going to use a little bit of acetone. Any brand works. It's just 100% acetone, or even like nail polish remover, which is pretty much the same thing. Also, some cotton balls here, some Q-tips to get down in those little grooves, especially on these Jordan 6s, all these little circles right here. That's going to make a big difference, and we'll cover that here in a second. Some gloves for safety. This stuff definitely can burn a little bit if it gets on your skin. It's nothing serious. It will turn a little white, but it will fade over time. So definitely use some gloves if you want to be safe. But before we actually start scrubbing with the stiff brush, we need to go ahead and get all the rocks and anything that's wedged in the shoe. This is going to change shoe to shoe, so just make sure to check all those little crevices and anywhere those things could be that you can dislodge these. So once we've got all the rocks out of the soles, we can go ahead and use the sneaker cleaner from Rejuvenator and their stiff brush, which is perfect for soles. So once you finish cleaning the soles, just towel them dry. And here's a little comparison. Now this next part is not the most fun, but it makes all the difference and makes them look more dead stock. For this example today, I'm going to ignore the white rubber here. I'm going to tape that up later and just focus on the icy portions here for ice cream. So first I'll just take some acetone. I like to pour it into the cap so I can dip the Q-tips in like so. I'm going to tape up this white portion because I don't want to get ice cream on it. This goes for any Jordan 11 pods. You can even do the midsoles, the uppers, the toe cap, or the front end if you want to be safe. So after I've got all my tape down, as you can see, I'm just going to take this X-Acto knife here and trim along these edges to get all of that tape off and only have the exposed areas of the icy soles that I want to ice. Boom. I'm just going to use this regular jar, and this brush here is just a cheap brush. I only use it for ice cream because it gets really gross. And I'm just going to pour the ice cream into this jar and use this brush to apply. You can pour it directly onto the soles and spread it out if you're comfortable. I like putting it in the jar so I can see how much I'm using. But just apply liberally. I'm going to show you a close-up here at the end to show you the amount that you should have on there. If you put too little, you're not going to see results. But if you put too much, you're not going to do any damage. You're just going to be wasting ice cream. And you could possibly damage the uppers if you put too much that it rolls down. So here's that close-up I was talking about. And this is the amount that you want to apply to any areas that you're trying to remove yellowing or discoloration. And we're going to cover the areas that we're trying to ice. In this case, it is the soles, whether you're doing a midsole, a toe cap. Cover it with saran wrap. This basically allows the ice cream to not break down chemically and release into the atmosphere. So we've tested with the sessions that we're about to show you in the time length, how long that activation can take place and how long we're actually removing the yellowing from the soles during this process. This basically keeps ice cream on the sole or whatever area you're working on and allows it to keep working and not just break down once and then be removed. So the plastic wrap is crucial in this step. So after you've applied the saran wrap, I just pat it down and make sure the ice cream's kind of hanging onto it to hold it in place. And now we're going to move over to where the other half of ice cream's magic works. (9:12 a.m. on October 7th. So it is 10:25 and now October 8th. So it's been about 25 hours. And we need to clean it off with Rejuvenator cleaner, or you can use just a regular soap. Just make sure you don't get any on the upper. I like to use this little handy container that Rejuvenator has in their Ultimate Kit. So here's a side-by-side comparison after one 24-hour session, or technically that was 25 hours. You can already see a pretty good difference here. The amount of sessions that you're going to have to do is going to depend on the amount of wear, how yellow they are, the age of the shoe, and a couple other factors. So you're definitely going to need to do a few sessions, so just keep repeating this process. I'm going to speed through this to save you time. It's going to be the same exact thing that we just did. We're going to apply the ice cream each session. We're going to put it in for 24 hours underneath the light with the saran wrap on, and then we're going to need to rinse these after. And again, I'm going to look at the time here. It is October 8th at 12:10 p.m. Some of these sessions run a little bit longer. You'll see I have like a 36-hour session, a 30-hour session, but the goal is to aim for 24, but I'm going to show you the timestamp every time. But we're just going to continue doing these sessions, and I'm just going to speak a little bit on ice cream and the things that it works on, the things you can use it on, and a couple more tips. And here it's been 6 minutes since I washed these off, and you can see the results already. This is, I think, the third or fourth session. I'm not sure, third or fourth, but they're just looking pretty icy, especially on the sides there. That's a pretty big difference. I grab these in 24 hours. Closer to like 30 hours, maybe 35, 36. So the key is to get over 24. If you go longer, it's not a big deal. It's just not doing much. Update you again with the time and date and everything to just show you guys how they're doing after I edit this in the video. But these are coming along great, especially on the sides here. I mean, that's all that really matters, right? Alright guys, and that shoe is done in there. I just want to show you the setup for the after, that there is no cuts here. I'm going to go ahead and go grab the shoe out of here. A total of 5 days, about 6 days almost, with the overlap in the extended sessions. You can tell these came out great here. I'll do some close-up shots so you guys can get a better look on them. That blue tint is really coming back, and they're looking great. So I want to go ahead and recap and say, you know, this is the absolute best method, and this is the only method I'm going to recommend to you guys. I know the outdoor method used to be the best one and the one that we always recommended, but these results